Kakyoin, Kakyoin, Kakyoin. I see you. It is time to break down your new combo strings and everything else. What is going on, gang? It's your boy DBGTX, and we are back with another combo breakdown. Today, we got the cherry on top of things. That is right, the cherry on top of things, i.e., the man himself, the elephanto green himself, Kakyoin himself. And yes, I'm going to go ahead and do a full breakdown of his movesets that are coming into JoJo All-Star Battle R. Of course, the combos and everything else that has to be broken down with him, with the combo and character trailer that's been released for him over on the JoJo Twitter. So without further ado, make sure you go ahead and hit the sub, the like, the share, and continue letting me know in the comment section who your favorite JoJo villain is and why. And let's begin this massive breakdown. Let's get it. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see what we got, Kakyoin. Show me what you got. The new move sets and everything. Here we go. Oh, he taking off his glasses. Okay. The intro hasn't changed. Ah. Super best. I like that. So that comes back. Okay. This is. Oh man. What? Okay. See. Again. I'm gonna watch it again. Okay, I like that. Dodge that to the side. Caught him with it before the frame. So I don't know if they're really emphasizing the fact that you should dodge to catch people with the specials, or if you should be able to go ahead and do combinations to actually into the super. I think you should be able to, but let's see what happens. Alright, so now we can go ahead and slow this down. This itself used to be an actual moveset for him. So I'm pretty shocked that this is part of the auto combo. I haven't gotten the battle system yet as far as how the control schematics are set up, or if the control schematics are going to be overhauled. Bandai has not given that announcement yet, so I am highly leaning towards the fact that this game is still going to have the exact same button setup. Of course, now with the addition of the assist. That's the only thing that leads me to believe that there's a possibility that this game may have a complete button layout overhaul as well, in order to fit the need and the criteria of the new movesets and, of course, the way the game is being played now in this generation. Like Street Fighter 6, which is an important detail to go ahead and point out. Street Fighter 6 added what they called modern controllers or modern control layouts, and those is essentially simple input buttons to make certain people be able to access the game, those who are not used to playing with Street Fighter commands or doing the half moon, the half circle, which this game was predicated on in 2013. So because of that, there's a possibility that they can add a layout controller like that to make it that much better and that much more accessible for the newer generation of players who play more of the Marvel vs. Capcom style fighting, with a special technique button being at a certain one of the button layouts and whatnot. That's a whole different topic. But I like the fact that now, in the same breath, that this combo right here looks pretty dope. The way that he used the Emerald Splash to keep the character literally in the air and hit him with 2 out of 3, and then being able to jump, hit the bottom, bounce him off, hit him with a special, and from the special go ahead and do a lower cancel. Ultimately, this is flexing. I'm not gonna front. Combo right here is really flexing the usage of his elephant green the best way possible. To tell me that this isn't an optimal combo, man, listen. He got hit with 3 out of the 4 diamonds, bounced, and then into a cancel undertone. Nah. Now, here are the moves that are coming back separately, as you guys can see. Of course, the special is still the same as the other game, but now updated with higher frame rate. better visuals, making it look crisper, obviously, for the eyes, and obviously bringing it to this generation at 60 frames per second. In that sense, I think that Kakyoin has been touched upon a little bit and enough that his playing style still sticks to how he originally was played, but at the same time, his combo strings have changed up to make it feel that this character has to be used at a certain distance in order for everything to work out for his combos. Personally, it gives it a uniqueness to him and it makes him be that much more unique to the character. But now let's go ahead and break down what are those differences for my boy Kakyoin between one in All-Star Battle and of course All-Star Battle War. Let's get it. Alright, so now here we have the whole setup. Of course, like I told you guys, a whole different layout. So on this side we have the All-Star Battle, and on this side we have the All-Star Battle R. Now in the All-Star Battle, you was able to use this technique by itself and be able to latch your Elephantal Green onto any character. I don't know if that's the case that's going to be over here over an All-Star Battle, but if it is, it's not being shown in the trailer. What I do know that how it was distributed and shown in the trailer is that it is going to be part of a combo. Now, if you have to put that input in at the end of the combo, is a whole different story. We won't get that until we actually play. Something is telling me that this might be just how they took some of the moves and techniques that originally were overabundant in the original game and just converted it into a more cinematic, more stylized combination that ultimately results in a more refreshing look at all these moves. Kakyoin has the new colors from the anime. He is definitely having the anime design where he does not have the robe, so on and so forth. And on top of that, he doesn't have that white robe, as you guys can see. And on top of that, he doesn't have those original bangs that they are showing over on the left side or over in the All-Star Battle original character cast. Now, needless to say, I really think that they will give us the alternative costumes and the original costumes of the original palettes. I think that that will be one of the bigger benefits of playing All-Star Battle R, is the fact that you can still play All-Star Battle of it in itself, because you will still be able to choose the original costume. Now in this section we have the Emerald Splash. The Emerald Splash in All-Star Battle was used essentially close, long range, mid range. You can use it basically at any distance. I still believe that that is the case. You can still use this technique as a projectile. In the combo that we had, or in the combination that we had over here in All-Star Battle, it was used in the middle of a combo, thus causing more of a stagger and bounce effect versus the original Elephant Splash, which just causes damage and slight knockback. As you guys see here, of course, the difference is one character was already being juggled, and then this is keeping the juggle alive, which this is the indicator that this is going to be a way to use Kakyoin, and that the way that Kakyoin is going to work is going to be based off juggle effects versus more hits on the ground. The projectiles are going to be important, and this is the difference between the original that we got over here and the new one that we got over here, where it's being clearly telling us this is how you're going to have to use the character. You're going to have to use his projectiles in order to continue keeping the character in the air. It holds to the amazement that these guys really thought about how to make this character as unique as possible. And by doing so, they did it with essentially his own movesets from the original game, just changing them slightly a bit, that if he's on the ground, he still get that same effect that you get in the original All-Star Battle. But if you're in the air, it causes the character to knock back, kind of like on a hop step. And that is essentially his best combo route in order to keep juggling characters. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the next move. Now this upcoming one is a little bit different. They both technically do the exact same thing. The difference is, watch carefully. I know it's repeating fast, but if you see at the right side on the last hit brings down your opponent towards the ground. That does a bounce. And with that bounce, you're able to go ahead and use another technique in order to cause the character to continue doing a combo. Now imagine that setup and you putting, obviously y'all already know what I'm going to say, putting in an assist there or putting in another technique with him in order to go ahead and lift him up. Maybe Emerald Splash and hit him as he's bouncing and then be able to pick him up. And then from that point be able to go ahead and continue doing a combo. If you watch the original video that I showed you first, the one that I reacted, this is part of one of the combinations that they were doing. And again, sick little things like this, these little things, these little differences is what's making this game be such goated in these times, especially that Bandai Namco been delivering the goods when it comes down to these fighting games in these past few years. So JoJo's All-Star Battle R is looking good, especially with these little details. Stagger, ground stagger in order to be able to continue a combo. That's looking excellent. Let's go ahead and move on to the next set, which is now the tie-in with the elephant green. Didn't you notice? Now, if you guys realize, I kind of flipped the video from one side to the other. That's an editing mistake on my part based off the fact that I have a lot of things going on. Nonetheless, the point still gets across, and at the end of the day, I'm pretty happy that they are showing us that you could do certain moves individually. Now, the next one that I want to mention is the How's This technique that came from JoJo All-Star Battle. This one has changed drastically as well. The difference between these two is that, for one, and I'm going to pause the video so that way you guys can actually concentrate a little bit on me versus the things that are happening in the background. As you guys can see, on the left side, the character is going into a cinematic and getting bounced up and then dropping. On the right side here, we have the character actually getting bounced up into a possible juggle animation. This is the key and the major difference between one game versus the other. One game was based off showing you, the poses and the haha, that's JoJo. This game is more composed to be an actual fighting game. So in order to do that, you have to get rid of the things that make no sense, including movesets that don't make any sense, including certain animations that don't make any sense as well, changing certain animations in order to make this game prevail in this generation. And it's something I pointed out in my original video. This game has to prevail one way or another by literally changing what we got from the first one to this one. It has to feel like it's that game, but it has to be that much better. And these are the points. These are the things that make it that much better. Take out the clunky animation and all that. Give us combo routes to be able to do. And now you got yourself a winner chicken dinner with this game now that we're all here looking forward to playing some JoJo's All-Star Battle R. And that's it. Last but not least, we have the Ultimates. See, the Ultimates over here on this end is looking that much more crisper, cleaner, smoother, so on and so forth. They haven't really changed anything besides that. Of course, 30 frames per second versus 60 frames per second. 30, 60, 30, 60. See the coloring, see the difference, see the techniques. All of it is right there for you. That's pretty much the biggest difference. From the looks of it, it's not a rehashed game. It's an entirely new game. And by that standard, even though it's a lot of recycled assets, this game is going to be drastically better than the original one. And that's what you can only hope for, that is that much better. We haven't received any netcode news. We haven't received any internet news, any lobby news. So the best we got is to look forward to how the characters are going to work. And this is the best thing since sliced bread, honestly. Each character is amazingly well detailed and well worked on. And you can't ask for more. That's it. That's all I got for Kakyoin tonight. If you guys enjoyed that video, hit the like, hit the share, hit the love with a cherry on top. You already know. Holla at the boy, and I'm out.